Join Ed from Roll2Win and Jeff from midatlanticcraps as they go beyond the felt and dive deep into the world of dice. In this interactive live stream, where they are leaving no chips unturned, from strategy, betting trends, control shooting, and casino stories, to your live questions and comments. Get in the chat, share your thoughts, ask questions, and be part of the action. Whether you're a dice influencer, a weekend warrior, or just craps curious, the show is for you. Show's title is Beyond the Passline, no chips left unturned. Show's title is Beyond the Passline, no chips left unturned. Show's title is Beyond the Passline, no chips left unturned. Show's title is Beyond the Passline, no chips left unturned. Whether you're a dice influencer, a weekend warrior, or just craps curious, the show is for you. Show's title is Beyond the Passline, no chips left unturned, or chips left unturned.
Well, hello everyone, it's Jeff from midatlanticcraps, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Also, I'm on Ed's channel tonight too as well. My good friend Ed from Roll2Win. We are dual streaming tonight. Ed, good evening. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing well, sir. How are you doing? It's great to see you again.
I'm doing good. It's been a few weeks since we've been out on this. This actually is, I guess if we're counting, episode 4 of this Beyond the Passline. No chips left unturned, as if that music intro didn't let you know what the name of the show was called.
It does say it a few times, then.
AI stuff is just is amazing. I'm not like you. I don't write my own lyrics. I just punch it in there and say, what the heck? Give me something that's going out. So,
I like playing with the lyrics. I do.
I know. You write some good lyrics too.
I like adjusting the soundtrack and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yep. I think we're probably using the same software, but anyway, the people aren't tuning in to hear us talk about AI and music and so forth.
Might be.
They might be, because on this show we have no script. Although we do have a guest tonight, we have no script. We have nothing that we really need to talk about, because typically we talk a couple times during the week. But you recently had another trip, and you've played craps since I've played craps.
Yeah, I played last weekend.
Yeah, I looked at you, and all of a sudden there's no Ed. I look at the monitor. He's thinking.
Yeah, I was like, when did I go? Yeah, it was last weekend. Sure did. Went down to Biloxi. Me and the wife went down and met up with my good friend Aloha Johnny.
Yep, and I see the hat that you're wearing.
Yeah, that's the Back Bay Boys and Girls Club hat that Sweet Lou sent me.
Yep.
I've even got it on a shirt. Let's see if I can get to the right side. There we go. You can see it.
Yep. So give Lou a little credit here on screen time for him.
Yeah.
So
I got a lot of stuff like that from Lou. Fantastic.
Well, Lou is doing a fantastic job, and look, we've got over 65 currently watching between the two channels. So let's cap with this audience. So let's talk about we'll talk about your trip to Biloxi maybe a little bit later on in the show. We also it's interesting, Ed, because just before showtime, I had somebody send me an email, said, hey, I'd love to come back on and be on the show with you. And I said, well, we have another Floridian with us that's going to be on the show tonight. I'll talk it over with Ed, and we'll see how time goes. So, John, if you're listening and watching, hang in there. I'm not set up to specifically put you in the show, but once Ed gets talking, I probably could do that. But, Ed, we have a guest tonight.
We do have a guest tonight.
You want to tell us a little bit about her?
I can tell you right now. She is everyone. She is the best craps shooter in South Florida right now, and getting better and putting everybody to dust. In fact, I know she's the best female crap shooter in South Florida, and she's probably going to dust off some of them other guys down there before long.
So what do you say
Sweet
without
roll.
further ado, we bring her on?
Bring her in.
You said her name, I talked over you. Go ahead, and as you say her name, I'll bring her in. Looks like Bud's got it, but go ahead. Introduce her.
We're bringing in Sweet Rolls.
All right. Hey there, Sweet Rose, how you doing? I want to call you by your first name, but
Fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
It's nice to see you. I know the last show we did, you almost came on, and then you promised Ed you'd come on the next show. So look, we've got between the two channels, 60 people watching. So they're here to watch you because they don't really care about Ed and I.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know she was coming, but now they do. So they'll, as soon as they text all their relatives, we'll have like 1,000 viewers or something.
My buddies are watching too.
You gotta come see Sweet Rolls on the TV.
Yep.
Hey, Bud.
So, Ed, I've never met Sweet Rolls before tonight, so why don't you go ahead and do your magic as Ed the interviewer and see what takes place here.
Well, Sweet Rolls came to our Casino Tears event that we had in Las Vegas in early October. So that's where the first time I'd met her, and she was our first female student. And I'm also glad to say we've already got another female or two lined up as attendees for some of the other classes already, which is fantastic. But Sweet Rolls there, she came in with a mission to learn. She came in with a mission to learn not only how to shoot, not how to bet, but also how to bet. And then I had the privilege of standing beside her as she reeled off 26 roller with 10 sixes. Is that what it was?
Ed, I'm losing your audio a little bit. I don't know if Sweet Rolls is or not.
Can you hear me, Sweet Rolls?
I can now.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, Ed.
Okay. All right. So you had that 26 roller that I had the privilege of standing beside you with, and you had 10 sixes out of that 26 rolls, wasn't that right?
It's my first time I collected a black chip on the table.
Wow, that's always
Not only that, what else
milestone.
what else did you collect?
The canaries.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
She jumped right on by the Barneys and went straight on into the Canaries. So, but yeah, that was a fantastic little thing, and I was glad to be standing beside you there, Sweet Rolls. I appreciated every toss you made.
I don't think I could have done it without you beside me that night.
Ed is a great coach. He's a good instructor, but he's really a good coach. He helped me in Vegas back September.
Carolina
That was
Reaper's
Mike
here.
Patterson jumping in. Yep, Carolina Reaper right there. He was in the class.
That was a great class. It was so much fun. If you haven't taken it, you should definitely take it. It was an amazing weekend.
Well, tell us what it was like from your perspective.
If you love craps, it was a bunch of people that love craps. We're all there together learning to be better, to play better. And it was just a very positive, fun environment. And I learned so much. My shot's way better. My betting's definitely way better. I used to shoot, but I could never bet. And people used to tell me, honey, you can shoot. You need to learn to bet. I make all these people money, but I'm not making myself money.
You
Been
made
there,
yourself
done
some money that night, didn't you?
And when I came back to
You made
Florida, I
yourself-
made myself some money again and again.
There you go. I saw those pictures. What do you think was what do you think helped you the most, the shooting or the betting?
Both. The betting for sure. With my
Both.
shot, the betting, Now I can actually take money off the table, which before I didn't know how to press the bets. I would stop at $50 and that would be my maximum. And I'd hit the number like 4 or 5 more times.
Right.
Leave.
Right. Kind
Just
of
not
like that
not being
six
able
that
to.
you kept hammering.
Yep. And we had a what, 420?
We did get a hit at 420. We sure did.
Yeah, that was a
You were
great
nervous
night.
though.
Yes.
You were nervous. I told you you didn't have to follow me on those bets though.
But I want to be able
I
to
did
pull
tell you.
them. But we did it.
We did it. You hit it.
We took the money off the table.
Yeah. So how did you get started in craps?
So when I was in college, I had a boyfriend, and then they had the Sun Cruise Casino would go out. He was an engineer. We would do day trips out or night trips, and I'd play slots and he'd play craps. So I watch him play craps. So he gave me a book. He said, read the book and then you can play. But I really didn't learn. He said, make a come bet with max odds. Passline, max odds. That's how you play. But then years later, now my now husband, we went on the Norwegian cruise. And
Right.
I was there. The guy says, honey, put the 6s on top and throw them to the other end. I said, okay. And the only thing I know how to bet was the pass line, the 2 come bets with the odds. And I kept handing the green chips to my husband. So by the end of the night, I probably rolled for a good hour. We went to the cage, $1,500. We cashed
An hour's
out.
work.
Yeah. That was just on my roll. I left the table after that.
Very nice.
And then,
Very nice little roll. Nothing wrong
it
with
was
taking.
great.
And look, there's nothing wrong with walking away with profit at all. So $1,500 in an hour. That ain't bad money.
The rest of the cruise, I was getting high fives by everybody that was there. So then my husband got the idea we should be dice setters because he doesn't gamble. So it's not gambling if we're dice setting, right? I said, okay. So
Yeah. She told me that earlier too, and I didn't quite understand that, Ed.
because we're dice setting, we're not gambling. We're not here to gamble. We're
Okay.
dice setting. I'm like, okay. So we went to Vegas right before February, right before the shutdown. So we went to Casino Quest. We took lessons from Ronnie at Casino Quest, which was great. I went to Ellis Island and I rolled and rolled and rolled. And the guy goes, honey, you have no idea what you're doing, but you just hit that bonus and you're about to hit it again. And then the guy at the end of the
And
table, when it was all
you weren't on it. You weren't on it.
no, because I didn't bet the
you on?
inside because I wasn't on any middle bets whatsoever. And the guy goes, honey,
Okay.
you need to learn to bet. You just made me $5,000. How much did you make? 300. And then they gave me $100. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, you need to learn to bet. So then I was like, okay, now I need to learn to bet. So we started watching YouTube. We took a class from the Gaming Pro, but Mark in Tampa, Mark Kilgore, which was great, especially for this table
Yep.
here. The regression and getting your money off the table because the rolls are very short here. It's good for that table. That worked out well.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark plays on
now-
those a lot.
Yes. And now I went to the next level, to the casino tiers. And I practice a lot at the Classic. The Classic's a $5 table. It's brand new dealers, new players, and a lot of them only just come in and throw hot bets down. It's very disruptive and crowded. And then the Big Hard Rock. Now I feel comfortable going
Yeah.
to the Big Hard Rock, playing, making money, pressing, getting my money off the table. But when they see the 7 on top, they give me shit.
I wonder who gave you that set.
It was a good set.
I wonder who gave you that set.
I had my 6 to 160, 120, and my 8 to 180. And that's the night I bought in for 800 and I took off 2,000. But the guy,
Very nice.
the right hand,
Very
he
nice.
said he had hit his up to 360. His 8 was at 360. So
Well, everybody bets a little different.
I was thinking,
You probably bet. You probably bet pretty much like you and I bet, though, that what we talked about. Most likely, longer roll's going to go, and the way we're doing it with you was, if it stops, we've made good money.
Bo said I should have went
that's the
to 90 to 180, 180 to 360.
Well, you should have went 90 to 180, yeah, and collected. I would have collected the 210 on the 180. And then if it hit again, I would have dropped $30 like we did at the Palms at 20.
I went from 90 to 120. I collected 120, then went to 180 and left it
Okay.
there.
I
But
would-
then I regressed.
Go ahead.
I regressed my bets, and then I hit the 8 3 more times and the 6 2 more times. I took them down
That's the way it
to.
goes. As 10 Ton would say, you got to be like a bee and just forget that. Just go right on. You did what you did and just keep going, because you're taking money off the table with that regression, and you keep hitting it. Doesn't matter. Just press on up again.
The next time I didn't take my money off. I left like 500 or 600 out, but I still collected 1,300. So
See, if you don't have it on the table, you can't win money. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
If you don't have it out there, you're not going to win it. You've got to assume that on any decent hand that you're going to have 50% of your winnings will still be sitting on the table. Right? 50% of what you've got in your rack will be on the table from the winnings. That's kind of how it's going to work if you get on a decent little roll.
because Bo was in my head, craps number, turn your bets off. So I didn't turn them off. I reduced them.
Yeah.
I had another good roll.
Bo, see, everybody messes that up, because Bo says that's on randoms, not on a DI like yourself. I wouldn't turn my bets off on you ever.
There's a
I still
compliment.
have a lot of work to do. Thank you. I still have a lot of work to do and a lot of practice to do.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this girl, when she's drinking wine, she can bet like nobody's business.
I try not to drink and play. I can
I
have
kept
one
telling
glass and then play.
I got to tell you, hang on, don't do that yet.
So a couple questions, Ed, you may have seen come in. One was, does she have a channel? And I already answered that. But the other one wanted to know, basically how long she had been playing before she, I guess, became a little more serious player. I'd have to go back and look at the question.
Like serious about 3 years ago. I've been playing since 2020. But serious for the past 3 years, I would say. I used to practice from my coffee table to my couch throwing, because it was it was at 8 feet. I had it measured, and I would just practice throwing every day. But I finally got a practice rig from the Golden Touch Craps. But it's real felt, so it lands a little different, but it still helps the picking up and tossing.
That's one of my old sayings there, but bootleggers got up there, you can't color up if you don't have paint on the brush. And that felt out there is our paintbrush.
That it is. That it is.
Grind. It is a grind, but we enjoy playing. And I'm going to tell you
I love
what,
playing.
we had the whole crew that she was with was fantastic. We had a great group of people, didn't we? And tell me about the cocktail party. Everybody always asks me about the cocktail party. And all I ever have is a few pictures. You tell me about the cocktail party on Friday night.
It was fun talking to people, telling crap stories, telling them about things that happened to us, our great rolls, our not so good days. It was fun. And then somebody asked me, "Oh, who's your husband?" I'm like, "Oh, I left him at home."
Wow.
Good answer.
Yeah, really.
That was a good answer.
He didn't want to take
that
time
was a
off
good
work, so I went by myself. You
Yeah.
said you had an opening, and I was like on it, and that was it. I already had the time off because it was my birthday weekend, so it was my birthday present to myself.
We were glad you were there. We
Thank
were
you.
glad you were there.
And the view from 10 Tons condo is amazing.
You can't beat it, can you? You can't beat it.
No.
I mean, you could be higher by a few floors, but not much.
Somebody asked, my home casino is Hollywood, Florida. The guitar and the classic.
I was going to come back to that. 'cause
What's
I
the
put it up
difference?
there.
What is the difference between the classic and the Hollywood guitar?
The classic's the original casino before they built the guitar. They built the Hard Rock, and then they built the guitar and the Hard Rock are together. But the classic is the original casino. The locals call it Little Smoky because it's filled with smoke. I guess it's more for locals. They have a $5 and it goes up to $10 at night. If you have a good roll, then they'll change it to 10. I've seen it as high as 15. But I can usually talk to the dealers and say, "Can you turn it down for me, please?" And sometimes they will.
There's Blue Jay. We're drawing quite a crowd tonight, Jeff. Sweet
Yeah, we
rolls.
are. I mean, it's for not having a standard program of any consistency of any substance, if you will. But we did. I think I told a few people that we were going to have a guest on tonight, and she was going to be a female, and that she's new to craps, and she's has stumbled into the DI world and seems to be doing very well at it. One of the questions here that she asked was about her home casino. We were talking earlier this afternoon during the testing of the equipment, Ed, and she's actually from right outside my back door. And if I had to, since Clay's watching, she's right around the corner from you, Clay. She originally grew up in Frankfurt, and Clay is just up the road in Millsboro, or down the road, whichever way you want to look at it.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Clay.
he's East Coast Craps. He's a good friend of mine. We've played poker for 30 years and craps for the past 5 years together.
Oh, we probably bumped into each other sometime or another.
Well, it's hard to tell.
It's possible.
You couldn't miss him. You couldn't miss him, that's for sure.
It's a small town. It's
Okay.
very small.
Oh, we don't have
It was
to
a
talk
very
about
small town.
It is. We don't have to talk about my backyard, but it was funny to hear you say that you knew some of the local casinos here. That when I mention people where I play, a lot of the times they say, "Where's that?" but you knew where they were. So from a standpoint, Tracy, it's what would you give advice? And I don't want to seem like I'm trying to be sexist here in any means, to another female player that's a little bit skeptical about the game itself, maybe intimidated by mostly a men's game, but over the years I've seen more females playing.
Don't be intimidated. You're smart. You have control, and you can play better than most of the men out there.
Oh, heard that.
Or should I say boys? Most of the boys out there.
Yeah, it's I mean, I have a lot of females that
I like
ask
that answer.
about the game. Yeah, I did too. I did. That ask about the game, but they seem to be somewhat intimidated because, most of the time when you're in a casino, most of the hooting and the hollering of any consistency, obviously comes from the craps pit or the craps table or whatever you want to call it, depending upon what size casino that you're in. So,
I
go ahead.
had a guy ask me the other day. He's like, "Did you get your husband's permission, or did you have to sneak out?" I said, "I'm a grown-ass woman. I can go wherever I want."
I think we know who wears the pants in that family, Ed. I think we're onto something here.
I can't wait to see the two of them together.
Oh, you'll love him. He's a surfer.
know.
He spends his
Go ahead.
He's a
he
surfer.
spends his days in the water, surfing or
Okay.
scuba diving.
Here's a question for you. Sorry, I had it pinned up there, but I kind of bypassed it. Not that I didn't want to put Anthony's chat up there. How much do you normally buy in for? Is Dr. S, who's in our community quite often?
At the classic, the $5 table, I'll buy in for $300. But when I go to the Hard Rock, I usually do $800 or $1,000.
Okay.
Good numbers.
And
Good
that
numbers.
would be your standard buy-in anywhere.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
So when you go to Biloxi, for example, you're gonna buy in the same there, you think?
$10 table, probably 500.
Okay. $15
Um,
table?
800, I think.
What if do you ever
Do-
play $25 tables?
I did. That's when I got the canaries.
There you go.
I was confident from the class. I was confident from Vegas, and I just had that Vegas energy, and I knew I was just going to go and smack it. Besides, it was the only one that had, there was two $15 and two 25, and my spot was open on the 25, so that's where I went.
What is your spot?
Perfect.
Stick left one. I can shoot from stick left too. I've had some good rolls from there also, but mostly
don't
stick
worry.
left one.
Don't be worried about saying stick left one. That seems to be most everybody's. I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people like the left side. A lot of people like 1, 2, and 3. I happen to play with a lot of people. Like with Ed, he likes that area. I like that area. In Atlantic City, when I'm playing, Lou likes that area. There's a couple other ones that like to be there. What upsets me is when you see somebody come in. One, if they pass the dice sitting there, it really irritates me, but I don't say anything. But if they're just a shaker and a baker and throwing from that position, it defeats the purpose. And for the most part, they don't believe in DI anyway, so they're not going to budge one way or the other.
I hate it. I hate it when don't players are setting at stick left one. That drives me insane.
Yep, that's even
But that
worse.
might be on purpose. That might be on purpose. Anyway, can you pull up Crazy Bear's question on my channel? It's about 3 up from the bottom, looks like.
Yep, I'll get it just a second. Let me let that one fall, and then I'll have this one come back up. Here we go.
Yes,
So-
I did change my toss. And I used to do the pendulum swing, but now I shoot from the deck.
That sounds like a standard Ed. We don't have time for my stories, but where did you learn that at the experience or from Ed or both?
The experience from Ed shooting from the deck. But then when I took my classes with the bow, he had me pull it back about 2 inches and then shoot. And then my final exam at bows, I had another 25, 26 roll. I hit the ATS and another 1800 out.
Wow.
It ended up really nice.
And part of that question was, did you also change your set coming out of that event?
Yes, I changed my set to a hybrid 7 set. I used to use the 2V on the come out and the cross sixes to get the inside numbers. But now I've been very lucky with the hybrid 7, 5, 1, 2, 4. You gave me 2, 3 is what I used at the Palms. But then I heard you say 5, 1, 2, 4, and that's what I used at the Hard Rock. And I hit the 8s over and over and over.
Perfect.
Another
Now you
question?
got 2 sets.
There's another question.
Tell me how you start the betting after a buy-in.
Well, I wait 1 roll, and this is new. I used to go inside, but now I'll just wait till I hit a number, then I'll play the number, collect the rent from that number, then I'll press that number. And then I only press what's hitting. But I'm thinking I could go across or inside. If it's a $10 or $15 table, I should just go across and then press from there.
$10 tables are tough though, because they're usually really crowded. There's a whole lot of people doing a lot of center action usually on a $10 table. Usually like doing $1 horn, $1 hard ways, small horn bets, ace deuces, high lows. They're all throwing in that stuff, and so those $5 tables can be tough to play on for me. But
They are.
what do you think?
Oh,
I
they
avoid them
definitely
with-
are.
I don't even like $10 tables.
But it's what I know now. I have more confidence to play on the
Yeah.
higher tables with no problem.
You got confidence and you got patience to play on those tables. I don't have the patience. That's my problem.
Sometimes I do.
What's your
I
favorite
have
place
to-
to play? What's your favorite place to play?
Hard Rock and Biloxi.
Bingo.
Biloxi. When I came back from
Yeah.
Biloxi, it almost made me depressed to have to play here. I was like, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Which I used
What
to
do you
go
like?
all the
What do
time.
you like about Biloxi? I mean, I know all the things I like about Biloxi, but what do you like about Biloxi?
The dealers were great. The customer service was outstanding from everywhere, everybody. The tables moved quick. The dice were back in front of you before you could blink. And my husband was like, what? I didn't even do my bets yet. He's like, dice are out, buddy. Move it, move it. But here it takes so
Yeah.
long. You're just like, la, 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 la.
Yeah.
The tables weren't crowded when we went. There was no more than 5 people at a table, at any table that we played at the whole time we were there.
Oh, wow.
You'll find it
We
like
went to
that
I-
during the middle of the week. Yeah.
We went, I think,
IP.
Sunday to Wednesday.
Yeah. You'll find a lot of room to play from like you said, Sunday to Wednesday, Sunday to Thursday. Thursday afternoon, it kind of starts picking up. People are coming in early for the weekend a lot, I think. But you're picking good days to be there for sure.
Hey, Juan Carlos. I play with him at the Classic, and we
Do you?
practice usually on Sundays. Yes.
So,
Carlos and Darren, we play together on Sundays. Darren has a table, so we go over there and practice.
so I saw him put in his post there that the Hard Rock and the Classic only have $5 center bets. Is that including
Yes.
when the table is $5?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, because here locally, Dover, Bally's in Dover, no matter what the table is, it's always $5 center bet action, and a lot of people don't like that because they want to throw, Lord knows, after every roll, $4 on here and $3 there, and give me this over here, and if you cut that down to $5 bets in the center action, you cut a lot of that crap out.
It cut out a lot of
That
chaos.
might be why they did it.
I'm
That
sure.
might be why they did it.
Because people would come over from roulette or somewhere else with dollar chips and just throw them down. Hop this, hop this.
Yes. So, I mean,
So do you play any other games? You said roulette. Do you play any other games, Sweet Rose?
I play slots. I lose at slots, and I probably shouldn't be playing the slots.
Ooh.
But I try to go. If I go with my husband, we'll go in, we'll play craps, and we'll eat, and then we'll leave.
Right.
But I try not to because they just take your money. Before we had craps, I played a lot of slots. But now we have craps, so
I had a hand pay last Saturday night, Jeff,
Oh, did you?
on a slot machine.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. You told me about the table play, but not anything on the slots. Was it?
It was kind of a stupid story. I mean, they had a big promotion, big giveaways. They started giving away stuff. I don't know, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and went all the way to like 10:30, 11 o'clock. No, they went to 11:30 is what they went to. And I was in and out. I mean, we went and ate at Mary Mahoney's across the road, which I'll talk about later. But I was in and out of the casino. I wasn't just sitting there. I don't know. They may have called my name. I got no idea. But they had one final drawing. They were giving away $10,000 at 11:30. But the caveat was you had to have an active player's card in a game somewhere. You either had to be on a slot or you had to be checked in at a table to win that. And so I walked around. I saw this one little slot that I'd played earlier that morning that I kind of felt pretty good about. And I said, well, I'll throw some money in just so I'll be active and they can put, if they want to call my name, I'll let them call it. And son of a gun, if I didn't win a hand pay sitting there waiting on them to call my name, which they did not. So I'm glad I got the hand pay.
But a hand pay is not bad. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it was like
What
a
game?
$1,500 here.
A couple questions coming in.
Ooh.
We got a
It was,
couple
I don't know.
questions.
It was a, I can't remember which slot what it was called. It was a kind of an old-fashioned reel one. It wasn't one of the new electronic ones. Could bet 9 lines, so I was betting $9. Hit 1,500.
I like those.
Yep.
So
So
we
what
got a
was that
couple
question? You
questions
said
here.
about a question coming in?
Yeah, we did. We got a couple. I'm going to go back to since we just put Huggy Bear up there. I'll put it up there again. Now that Sweet Rolls is driving into the DI world, is she going to get a practice table?
I would love to get a practice table. I have a practice rig. I have the Golden Touch. It has the arm, the 2-part with the one with the armrest and the practice rig. But my husband won't let me get a craps table till my son goes off to college because he doesn't want to be a bad influence on him.
All right. Next question here is from Mike. It says, Sweet Rolls, given the difference between Bo and Ed, recalling off your bets, which way do you play?
Well, I've played both. I called off my bets when I hit the 3, and then I hit 3 more 8s and 2 more 6s. The next time I didn't call off my bets, and I left like $600 on the table, but I still collected $1,300. So I don't think I'll be calling them off much anymore when I'm rolling.
See, I didn't even know that story when you and I were talking earlier this afternoon about people you worry about having money left on the table, bets left on the table. All right, let's see. Oops, did I pass this question here? Sweet Rolls, what is your betting progression up and pull, full press, or regress? I'm not sure if you answered that a minute ago when you were talking about your betting patterns.
Okay. I'll hit the number. I'll place the number. I'll collect on that so it pays its rent. And then the next hit, I'll press it and then collect it and then press it. Except for the 4 and 10, I'll collect 25 and then I'll press it 25 to 50.
Perfect.
And then to 100.
Yep,
And
perfect.
collect 50.
Where do you go after 100?
200.
Well, you and I, we went a tad higher than that one night at the Palms.
300.
You 250. We went to 250 from 100. You don't remember that? That's all right.
I just need you to stand beside me while I'm betting. That's all. It's going to be hard to follow.
You sure did. I hit the
Well, you did
ATS
it.
on that roll though. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Wasn't as long as
And
yours.
then-
Wasn't as long as yours, but we had fun.
That was a good night.
You had all that
Fun night.
freaking free play. You had all that
How?
freaking play. You remember that? You remember
Yeah,
getting
they
that
gave me
free play the next
$200
night?
in free bets.
Yeah.
They're like Dark Vader and Dr. Yank were like, just check it, just check it. You have to have some. And then I had 200. I'm like, there's no way. I played her one time. And we had $200 in free bet. And then it was $50 a pop out
Yeah.
on the Passline.
So everybody, don't forget to check your free play wherever you're at. Even at
The
the
Palms
Palms, they give it away.
The Palms has good comps. They sent a thing for free rooms, more free bets if I come back this month.
That's how they get you back.
They want
I'll
that
go
money
back to the Palms. The Palms was nice.
You know, they've got 6 tables now. They've added 2 more.
Nice.
They've added 2 more. Now, a couple of them are 14 footers, so that might not be nice, but they've added a bigger pit. They made it a bigger pit, all right there in that front area right there.
I hope they don't change their tables, make them bouncy.
I think they're from everything I've heard, they're basically the same. It's just they've added a couple of longer ones.
Here's a question on my side of the dual stream tonight, and that comes from Troy, who's been to Biloxi a couple times. He said, "Hey, pretty sweet rolls, what's your favorite set to use, and did Ed teach you about how to play?" And you sort of touched on that a little while ago, but go ahead and answer that question.
I don't know what a G-Wag is. I don't have
Game
a
with
G-Wag. And then a field bet, and then you hit them both.
She's
I love that come out game. One time
not scared, Jeff.
my friend had 14 rolls before he hit a point. and then PSO'd. But if I knew how to bet before, I made $175. It was a $5 table, but I really wasn't I think I had to press it to $15 on the world bet and maybe 15 on the Passline. But he kept hitting sevens and horns, sevens and horns. And I was like, oh, $175 before it even started. But if I would known the better pressing the world, I would have made a lot more money because it was 14 numbers before the point. Oh, and then my dice set, a lot of tosses.
Yep.
I'm using a hybrid 7 set now after my experience, and that's been working well for me. 5, 1, 2, 4. But I like the 2V on the come out to hit the horn numbers.
All right.
What's your best horn number that you hit with that most frequently?
3.
Asking for a friend.
3.
Ace deuce. There you go.
Another question
So we need
comes
to
up
bet
here.
heavy on the ace deuce in your come out game.
Yeah.
So do you take all bets down after a certain amount of rolls?
I used to. When I play at the Classic, the little casino, yeah, I'll take my bets off or down because it's just, there's no long rolls, hardly ever. So I'll either reduce them or take them down. At the Hard Rock now, last time I was there, I did reduce them, or the time before, I reduced them. But now when I'm rolling, I'm not going to reduce them. I'm just going to go for the moon.
There you go. That's my girl.
Here's one of the East Coast players from Atlantic City, New York area. Do you play the hard ways? And if you do hit them, do you parlay 50 to 5 to 50, blah, 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 so forth and so on?
I'll take 15, press it to 25, and then go from there. But I don't really hit too many hard ways. But that's my strategy.
All right. All right. Let's see here. Go over here to this. Sorry, guys, I'm doing a little technical troubleshooting here, and both Ed and I had issues with our internet earlier in the afternoon, and right now I'm experiencing a downgrade big time in my internet going out, and it's struggling on both sides of the feed. So I may cut one feed and go to another channel here. But let's go ahead and put this question up here. Lazy Dog says, "Can you adjust the table? Can you adjust to table surface and be successful? I.e., hard bounce, then a rubber band back wall. Do you have the confidence to adjust anywhere?"
I'm still learning to adjust. I adjusted well in Biloxi. I practice and play on a bouncy table usually, so when I got to the hard tables, it was just so much easier, and my rolls were so much better on the harder tables. They just seemed so smooth and a little easier to go.
All right.
It is an adjustment to change from bouncy to hard all of a sudden.
Yep.
I do
The
have a
IP
good
in
story.
Biloxi, yeah, let's hear it. The IP is a very hard surface, and it always takes me a while to adjust to that one after playing some of the others. Let's hear your good story.
So I was at the Hard Rock, and my spade, the guy was taking up stick left 1 and stick left 2. I said, which side are you on? Can I sit here or here, either one? So he got mad.
Up. She let Vegas up.
I love it. I love craps. But work gets in the way of my craps.
That's a damn shame when work gets in the way of playing craps.
And since we're talking about that real quick, Ed, let's go over here and talk about, since we're talking about the experience, and we'll give you a little plug for the next experience. You can update this as we go along. Don't go anywhere. Tracy, we'll be right back with you. I know there's some dates here changed, Ed. What is different there?
No, the dates are all correct,
I mean,
but Biloxi is sold out.
That's what I meant.
Biloxi January is sold out. It's been out for about a week or two now. I mean, it's done. I think we have one. I think that's still accurate. I think we still have one left available on Sunday. Possibly two. But Bo, check with anybody wants interested. You can check with Bo. He keeps the current tally going. Obviously, July, midsummer there in Biloxi is wide open. We've got a lot of opportunities there for folks. And October may be fuller than that shows. I think Saturday may be actually sold out already in October, 11 months from now. So, and people always ask, when do we collect money? We collect the money just right before. You got to get on the list. I mean, we're taking, we're making a list for those that want to but can't get in on certain dates, just in case somebody drops out. But the money is never collected until about 30 days before, that kind of thing. So getting full already for next year, folks. And then don't forget, we got the Brown Water Bash, which is a no-charge event
I had that
coming into Biloxi in May, the weekend after Mother's Day.
Right.
18th through the 17th will be the Brown Water Bash. I'm not sure yet 100% if Hard Rock will be my main casino at this point. Probably will, but we'll see. Got a host issue.
Yeah.
Like I lost my host for the last 3 years. Yep. She's not there anymore, so we got to figure that out. And we will have that figured out. But anyway, there will be a Brown Water Bash on those dates in May. Look forward to everybody just coming down. Use your comps wherever you are. Stay wherever you can stay for cheap or free. And we'll all be in town, and we'll meet up and have a few drinks, and everybody just go.
But
I'm not going to turn my bets off. But if it was a good bet, Jeff, if it's a good bet when we haven't even started throwing, it's a better bet if I only got one number left to hit.
So there was a guy he needed the 2. I did turn my bets off, and then everybody started hopping the 2, throwing their hot bets in, and then the next roll was a 7. It took so long between that roll because everybody at the table was crowded and everybody just started throwing their bets in, and that was this week. It just took forever, and the stick man wasn't getting whose bet was what. The chips were everywhere because they were just throwing them out, and it took them so long to organize it. I turned my bets off and let it go. And then next roll, boom.
That happens a lot when you got people hopping a number, throwing in them horns, whether it's $1, whether it's $5, and a lot of them are flying in, and the stick's got to figure out whose bets are whose and where all these chips are coming in that are flying around the table. Makes it difficult. Was it a setter that was shooting, or was it just a random guy or girl?
No, it looked like he was setting. It looked like the hard way set from the end.
Okay.
He was doing pretty good.
Congratulations on you for watching what he was doing. That's part of that's part of becoming a pro right there.
There was a couple at the other end. They came in, the first shooter, they put 10, 10, 10 on the bonus. She hopped the 7s, horn high 12 for $10. Then the point was made, went across. Was it 160 across? PSO, or maybe 2 numbers. They did it for 3 shooters, and by the third shooters, they were completely out of money. They bought it for $500, and by the third shooter, they were completely out of money. And I couldn't understand why you would do that.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. It's that simple. They have no clue how to get into a table and read a table and see what's going on. They just went in there, threw their money out there, because they couldn't wait to lose it.
No, they didn't watch the table at all. It wasn't going well. I hopped the 7s. That's how I was able to. I hopped the 7s on the come out. I hit it twice. And we had one good roll. A few people left the table. When I went to shoot, I'd hit a number, people would buy in. I hit another number by my fifth roll. Then the person bought in at the end, put their chips in my landing zone, and I sevened out. Then I cashed out and left. Hey, lazy dog, meow meow.
There's a question here, Ed, and then I want to make a comment about the technical issue I'm having here. But the lazy dog wants to know when the new licenses are coming out.
Oh, that'll be February of 2026. They come out at the opening day of crap season every year.
There you have it.
Which we will be in Biloxi during the opening day of crap season starts this year when we're in Biloxi. So we'll be opening crap season in Biloxi in February.
All
At
right.
least that's that's at least the southern hunting season. I don't know about what all the Yankees do, but anyway, that's it.
All right, and we go better part of an hour and a half, if not 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
Sweet Rolls, the floor is yours.
I would love to play with you guys again soon.
I would be.
I'll see it.
You would be welcome at any table I'm at any time, and I will give you stick left one on purpose.
yes, I'd
I'll
probably
see it.
bow out of the way as well.
And I want my
So-
hunting license in February.
Mine is actually, you probably can't see it, but that's what's hanging back behind me. You probably can't see it. It's right there. You barely can see it.
No.
That's it. Hanging there.
The last thing you want to do is get caught by one of the floor people for playing without a license.
And Tracy, I apologize for the technical issues today. When you and I were on, we had no problems whatsoever. When Ed came on and you were in the green room, we had no problems. And then about 40 minutes into the show, my provider has really been screwing with me. Disappointing. It's very
Well,
aggravating.
I'm seeing it well now. I notice on my other screen every once in a while it'll do the little death spiral for a second where it's trying to catch up or whatever.
Yeah.
But
It is
hell,
buffering.
I mean, my internet went down for over an hour this afternoon. I texted you and I was like, dude, I don't know, maybe out.
Yeah. And then ironically that happened to me like an hour and a half later, but I was only down for a few minutes. Came right back up.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do here, Ed, is I'm going to go ahead and we'll call the show. If everybody. All right, we may be back, Ed. I don't know that we are or not. We may have lost some viewers, but we can continue to go ahead and see what happens with this section of the stream. I have got the
You wanna go-
failover
you wanna
up
go
and
back
running,
live?
but yeah.
You sound
think-
better than you did a minute ago.
Oh, does it? Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I had to make an adjustment here, but we're going to continue. And while we're there, we should I can ask some questions of Stacy while we do this, and tell everybody that we're back. I think
Tracy.
we're back. I said Stacy. I knew I was going to do that. I told you what you did there, Ed. You did that. I said I was going to do that before the show was over. Sorry, Tracy. I apologize.
My whole life I've been Stacy.
Well, I actually know a couple Stacys. I know a male Stacy and a female Stacy, and sometimes it just I don't know, causes problems.
I guess we're still broadcasting on my side, dude.
We are on my side too, and right now I
Okay.
have got.
I'm just thinking.
I'm just waiting on this signal to catch back up with me, but I tripped the failover switch, I guess you could say, and I couldn't do it while you two were talking, and I'm kind of hoping that we're going to be back. Looks like on
Sounds
my
pretty
side.
good. You look good and you sound good on my end. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I am live on my side. It looks like I am. Yeah, I am. So monitors work. The online monitors working, and so far the numbers look good. So Tracy, there was a lot of questions in the chat today, and some that had taken the the experience. And I noticed that you, and not anything knocking anything that Ed and Bo and 10 Ton do with their experience, but you mentioned a lot of other things that you had done, your practice rig, where you got that from, and some stuff with Mark down in Florida. You know, from a standpoint of if you wanted to learn the game better, whether it's betting, whether it's you know, learning the dice, whether to throw the dice or, you know, the dice sets. Out of all that's out there, did you learn more by taking those classes? I know you took a wealth of information away, but from a beneficial standpoint, I know some people talk about the pay for classes versus not, and some people are dead against paying somebody, but I've always been of adage, I'm willing to pay for good service, and I'm willing to pay for a good lesson or a good meal or a good trip or a good cruise, whatever. What is your advice to people that may want to take a class like that?
I've made my money back after every class I've taken.
Woo, there it is. That's a good sales pitch there, Ed.
I probably tripled my money from the casino.
She said every class, by the way.
Yeah, but still a good sales pitch for you. I think the last one she took was the experience.
The experience was the best, but everything I had steps to learn to get there, or I wouldn't have gotten as much out of the experience. I pulled out of the experience what I needed for my own personal game. I needed to learn how to bet on my good rolls, which I didn't have that knowledge before.
Okay. Well, you know, one of the things I learned with Ed, and Ed and I have been friends for a number of years now, and I've not taken his class, and he's probably given me a class or two over the years that not even realizing what he's doing. But the very first thing he ever did for me was to get me to launch from the deck. And I noticed that you said that you launched from the deck instead of the pendulum, and then Bo got you to go back a couple inches. And I'm curious to know, what was the purpose of the moving back? And I think I know the answer, and I'm sure Ed probably does, but what was the purpose that you found difference from shooting from the deck and then working with Bo and moving back a couple inches?
To get it to the end and hit the back wall.
So you were having difficulty.
You were landing short?
Yeah.
At Bo's table, yeah. Just a little.
Okay.
Not both dice were hitting the back wall.
Have you tried the difference between where you normally threw and then maybe going back a couple inches and throwing at a live?
Oh, I practiced both. I still practice both.
How about at a casino?
Oh, at the casino, yes. I practiced. I did it the first time from the line, and I put in that set into Bone Tracker, and then it gave me another set. So I tried that, and it didn't work at the casino, but it worked at my home table. 3-2-3-2. When I put in Bone Tracker, it had a better SRR, but it didn't work well at the casino. So my practice table lands. I had to adjust. I went back to the 5-1-2-4 and then nailed it.
Have you tried any other dice sets in a? Because I know you practice at home because you told me that earlier this afternoon. But in a casino setting, have you tried to like play around with the dice sets, or are you dead set on what you've learned so far and what's working for you?
The 2V is a great set. I do so well with that, but I hit a lot of horn numbers. So the Hawaiian crap shooters, I asked them in a chat one time, he said try the cross sixes. So I tried the cross six set, and that I was nailing the inside numbers. I've had really good rolls with that. So my come out sets to 2V, and then I would go to the cross sixes. But now since the experience, I've been using the hybrid 7. But the cross 6 is my inside number set.
And you told me that was 6-3-6-3?
6-2-6-3.
Okay, 6-2-6-3. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So whether you know it or not, the 6-2-6-3 and the 2-1-2-3 that you're probably throwing on the cross on the 2V, they have the exact same sevens in the same spot. You're just going to hit different numbers.
I saw that on the chart.
Yep.
Interesting.
6-2-6-3, 2-1-2-3. Sevens are in the same spot. Your SRR is going to be the same regardless of which one you shoot, but you're going to hit different numbers most of the time.
Yeah.
So
And if I was on a crapless table, the horn numbers would have been beneficial, but the
Oh
crapless
yeah.
table here is always crowded.
so
Yeah. Is it how many crapless tables do y'all have down there?
There's two, but I've only ever seen one open at a time, and it's always
Okay.
crowded. It's been $25, so that's kind of rough to spread out.
It's an expensive. It's an expensive way to play craps at $25. If you're not hitting horn numbers, you're on the wrong table.
no, I would think.
Yeah.
Do you play crapless?
The table's always crowded, and I don't play well on a crowded table, so I never go over to it. So I look for my spots open, who has the less people, and that's the one I go to.
Well, the last time I was in Biloxi, it was the crapless that was my savior. I blew money. This is basically more what you could say. Even though I had some really good, terrific daytime rolls, I blew money during the daytime on the non-crapless. And then in Vegas in September, I only played crapless once, and that was with Ed. Was that table on the end there, Ed, crapless that we played on after we switched down at Planet Hollywood? Or was that regular?
I think it was regular.
Then I haven't played crapless in Vegas when I was there, so never mind about that. But that table closest to the bar at the Hard Rock, I would have to tend to say that's probably my second favorite table there. And if I have as much luck as I do next May, it may become my favorite table.
We have a lot of fun on that table, don't we, dude? I mean, that's a
Yeah,
good
we do.
table. I mean, it's only open on the weekends. It's open Friday night, Saturday night. That's it.
Yeah, it wasn't open when we went.
Yeah.
So Tracy, you said that your husband said if you go and throw dice, it's not gambling, and you obviously you're playing quite a bit. Does he play at all other than throwing dice?
I don't know. He plays. He's pay me and take it down. So he might bet two numbers, maybe three, and then he'll collect and take it down and then wait for the next shooter very patiently. But he's a good shooter. He's a really focused. You can't wreck him. Nothing disrupts his shot. He's very, very focused, and he shoots well. And when I went to the Hard Rock, some guy goes, "Oh, I heard your husband shoots better than you." I'm like, "What?" No, it's my game. It's my thing. But it's his way to spend time with me too. He likes to spend time with me, so that's one way he gets to spend time with me. But he won't lose money. The way he does, he usually doesn't lose money
Okay.
because he has his bets off the table by the third roll. He has all of his money off the table, and he gets upset if he loses a Passline bet.
Well, yeah, it's a contract bet. There's not much you can do about that. But
But we'll go. I'll be down 100. He'll be up 100, and we're both at the same table at the same time.
So y'all don't play as a team in any kind of way then. Y'all each play in your own way at each time, correct?
Yes. But when we were in Biloxi, I cashed out 800. He profited 300. So
Big difference. Big difference.
yeah.
Big difference.
no, it is. It is. And do you
But
have?
now I know we.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. Now I know after the experience, it could be a lot more.
Do you have a win or loss stop loss? A win, like you reach so much, you stop. If you lose so much, do you stop?
I
If you have to think about it, you don't.
Well, I don't lose everything. I always walk away with something. Try not more than 50%, but I was down 100 last time I went, and then I cashed out. But I was there forever. It had to go all the way around the table just to get to me to shoot, and I held in pretty good. Getting around 8.
Well, there is an
8
issue
players.
if you're waiting to get the dice, and I'm sure you hear everybody that you've probably taken a class from. They probably play more or less by themselves early in the morning with a select few people. But if you're waiting to get the dice back, it can be very, very difficult to hang in there and continue to play unless you're not betting much on everybody or much on anyone, but it is. As you know, where I have to go, and I only have a few select places to go. Typically, they are pretty full. It could take a while to get the dice back to me.
Yeah. If I have a day off during the week, I'll go during the day, but I'm off on the weekends. Sometimes I work the weekends, but if I'm off on the weekends, I'll go in the morning around 7. Once in a while, I'll go before work at 5 a.m., but there's still people there, like 3 or 4 people. It's not an empty table, but it's closer to empty.
Well, she's a diehard, Jeff. She is a diehard if she's playing at 5 a.m. in the morning on the way to work.
Well, I was going to say that
in my
is,
screws.
I don't have that luxury here because they don't open the casinos until the afternoon, and typically there's people waiting. I know in Atlantic City there are a couple places that don't have 24/7 craps, and depending upon where I'm staying, I don't get the opportunity to do that. But
I saw the Reaper's question. I don't play the Dote against him because he's a good shooter. But he likes to play the 6, 7, 8. That's his favorite bet. And on the bubble craps, that's his favorite bet.
Well, don't get me started on bubble craps and stadium
Do
craps.
Do you play bubble craps at all, Sweet Rolls?
Once in a while. There's one casino we go to. On Saturdays, they have a little bit of bubble craps. I'll play for a little bit. But he'll go. I don't know how he does it. He'll go. He'll win $100. And he has to wait 20 minutes. He'll go to the bar, come back, play again, and then he'll come and give me the money to play slots. Okay. But we don't go there very often. But once in a while. I don't like it that much. I used to like the one where it says, "Come on, hit the button." And it's a bunch of people around it.
Yeah.
They used to have it at the Aria.
It had one tube with the dice and like 6 stations around it or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good time at that one week.
Yeah.
Or one night at the Aria. I made $1,300 on that stupid machine. We were all having so much fun. Come on, hit the button.
I actually watched someone do it multiple times, in for 500, out for 15 in just a few minutes. And although it's fun to watch her play it, I can't replicate it. But I just find bubble craps to be just so boring. And there's people I know that stick a couple $100 in and cash out a ticket for $400 or $500, stick a couple $100 more in, cash out a ticket for $400 or $500, stick a couple $100 more in. That's just not my style of play. I don't find that very interesting, let alone entertaining. And I would rather have a little bit more control over my choices. I don't know if that makes sense. At a live table, maybe that's how I should phrase that.
I like the live table. Somebody asked if I ever play at Tampa. I've played at Tampa one time, but it's 5 hours for me. I usually play in South Florida.
Yep. That's been asked a couple times where your home casino is, and when you say guitar, you talk hard rock, and most people kind of like fixate with the fact that when you talk about hard rock in Florida, you're actually playing at Tampa. I played there a number of years before they had craps when I was into the poker world, and played poker there a lot. Traveling a lot of back and forth between Tampa, Orlando, and Port Orange for a number of years.
I have a good friend from the Navy that lives in Tampa. So I'll stop and see her once in a while. That's the one I moved to Florida with.
So we'll go ahead and ask the viewers that we have here. We've gained some of them back after that snafu. We're still pushing just above 50 now. If anybody has a question for Sweet Rolls that hasn't been answered tonight, and if you've asked a question, I may not display it, but if you have a question, please go ahead and put a capital Q in front of it and ask the question for her. If you have a question for Ed, there's been a couple questions in here for Ed and myself, which most of the time it's Ed, because he is the official guru of knowledge.
You don't get ridiculous.
You've played a lot longer than I have. Let's just put it that way, Ed. And and much more experience. So while we're waiting for that, Ed, any of shows from Tales from the Table in the can working on production?
I don't have a darn thing in the can, and I need to get some in the can. So, Lou, I'll be contacting you.
Oh, that's right. We work.
Maybe try to get that one in. Maybe try to get one in before the end of the year. Since it's already October, and I mean, no, shit. It's November now. So
It is November.
I can't figure out what month we're in now anymore. So, maybe one more by the end of the year, or it may drop early next year. We'll see. I'll try to get one or two in the can. I decided after doing the last one that maybe we just ought to do people like just normal people under the radar, but average, not legends, quote unquote legends. We did a lot of those already. In fact, I don't know many more legends. So, might do Sweet Rolls one day.
You should do the wine crap shooter.
Well, I need to do Brian, but Brian's got a busy schedule. I wanted to do what's his name, Jeff? Uncle
Mel.
Uncle Mel. He turned me
Craps
down.
Hawaii. It's Craps Hawaii.
He turned me down a couple of years. I never asked him again. So, turned me down once. That's okay. I ain't asking you no more. So, so whatever. But we'll continue it as I can find the people that I want to interview. I got to do 220 inside maybe again. I got to get that done. We recorded one time, and it was totally unusable because of our internet connections.
Yep.
What about David at
we'll
Casino
see.
Quest?
Yep.
Nah, probably not. I was in Casino Quest during the event that they had there for the veterans moving forward.
Yep.
Walked by him 14 times. He never even said hello, so probably not.
Oh.
Let me go ahead and kick this question out of here, Ed. Dan from the Northeast has asked twice now, any planned trips to the Foxwoods, and I probably would be the best one to answer that. I don't know about those two. I've played at the Foxwoods many times, the Mohegan Sun. I don't anticipate a trip back that way for me, Dan. The farthest north that I will be getting will be to Atlantic City. And I do have a trip for mid-New York, Turning Stone, possibly early next spring. But other than that, I don't think so. Not from my standpoint. I know, Ed, you've not been that far to the Northeast. The farthest you've been is Atlantic City 2 years ago.
Are you telling me that Foxwoods is further northeast than Atlantic City?
Oh, it's in Massachusetts. How do you pronounce it? Massachusetts, Connecticut, outside of Mystic, Connecticut. Mystic is a big seaport there.
Somebody earlier accused me from being from Arkansas. I am not from Arkansas. I am from the deep south, Alabama. I am not taking my southern ass that far north right now. I can promise you that. It's getting too close to wintertime.
Mike wants to know, Ed, are you still betting on the World Ace Deuce on your come out rolls? I think we already touched on that maybe earlier.
I did that. I do that every time I'm at the table in Biloxi for sure. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and Crazy Bear asked another question. Is there any prep work? Nope, there's none. He's coming to our event. Come as you are, dude. That was your question. Just come as you are.
I guess this would be for Tracy. I heard her mention something about a stool and setting up on the stool.
My shoes.
Yeah, do you have shoes?
So
I have shoes.
how tall? But how tall are you barefooted? That's number one.
I'm 5'1". So
Okay,
yes, I
she's
use my
5'1",
shoes.
folks.
Wow.
And
You
she's
can't tell
got
And I
that,
have-
Mike.
two pairs.
You can't tell.
Two pair. She got two pair of shoes, and they're both cute. Is that right?
It's like a 2.5
Well,
inch platform.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
One sparkly, and they have a 2.5 inch platform on the bottom to help me reach the table better. I can't drive in them, but I sure play in them.
Wow.
There you go.
I would have never guessed you were that short. You did tell me the story with the getting the stool, and then you wanted to, put your knees up on the stool and shoot.
Oh, I put my knees up on the stool, and they're like, "Ma'am, you have to have one foot on the floor while you're shooting."
Yep. Well, so any questions, guys? Let's go ahead and ask some questions. Oh, it's a question on my side. Hold on one second. Let me switch this over here, and I didn't even notice this. Andy, it's nice to hear from you, my friend. We should probably touch base sometime and
Cajun Craps. Let us know how you're doing. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, and call me sometime, Andy. You do have my number. Why craps versus other games? I'm assuming that's for the panel, but we'd rather hear from Tracy.
Because it's the best game in the casino. It's fun. It's just the best game. Cards are boring.
There's nobody high-fiving each other at a blackjack table. Nobody high-fiving each other at a roulette table.
At the blackjack table, if there's some bonus that is hit,
it's got to be a bonus bet for it.
Somebody hits some weird, one of those weird bets, or hits the progressive or whatever. They do that. Sarge, I believe we did hit on this question, but maybe I may have been steady looking at my technical aspects here, trying to get the show going. So, hey, Sweet Roll,
hey, Sarge,
come out game. And do you do horns or the world bet?
I do the world bet, and if it hits, I'll press it. It's called a world here, not a whirl, but I guess it's a whirl in Biloxi.
I was going to make mention it can be a world, and a world spelled two different ways, and then the whirl, like he just spelled it.
Yes, it's my favorite bet on the come out. Bet. I love the come out game, especially when the 12 hits, 12 or 2, and they hit again. One time I hit a 3, and then I hit 3 12s right after that. It was the best day.
Ooh, good money. Good money.
Yeah, that is good money. Yes.
That's before I learned how to press them up. Now I know how to press them up.
There you have it. Dan, thank you. We'd love to play with you too. I just don't foresee a north that far up to the northeast. I don't know that that's happening in my world. Shoot me an email at jeff@midatlanticcraps.com, and maybe we can talk a little bit. Let's see here.
I would love a craps road trip, just to drive and stop at all the craps destinations up the East Coast.
You sound like Lou. He drives to the south though and does that. It's the only game.
What I always wanted to do is I always wanted to drive up to Tunica, and then drive all the way down the Mississippi and stop at each casino along the way, and then end up in New Orleans, and then bop over to Biloxi and catch all the casinos between New Orleans and Biloxi, and then drive home. I've always wanted to do that. I'll do that someday. Good road trip.
I thought you'd done a portion of that at one time.
I've hit several of them at different times, but I've never okay, I'm going to go to Biloxi, play and stay one night or 2 nights, and then come down to Vicksburg or whatever it is, whatever they got left, and then drive on down, scoot over in. I mean, but there's a lot of casinos down the Mississippi River, and then over in Louisiana, and then you can end up in New Orleans, and you can come across I-10. There's past Christiane. There's a couple more, and then you get into Gulfport, then you get into Biloxi, and then go home. So I could take a week probably and play through each one of those. That'd be fun.
All right,
come down, Jeff. Come down, Jeff, and we'll do it.
I would love to do that. I would actually love to do that, and I'm sure Lou would like to come along because he doesn't like to fly. He does fly, but he likes to drive to these destinations. I don't see any other questions coming in. Ed, anything we want to chat with about with Tracy before we wrap it up here?
I had something that I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it was now.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off again. Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. It was probably something stupid, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and call the show. Tracy, thank you for stopping by. You're always welcome to come back, and hopefully.
Thank you. It was fun.
we won't have technical issues that we've experienced tonight. And it just seems like I don't want to say Ed's a jinx, but here lately, I've had trouble doing. Ed and I did dual streams for years with no issues. It just seems like the last couple of shows, I have experienced issues, and it's frustrating from a producer standpoint. Trying to stay involved in the show, being able to to the screens and put the chats up and stuff. But I'm glad you were here. I look forward to meeting you sometime. Any parting words for this group again? I know I just asked you a little while ago.
Well, like Ed says, play like you practice.
No,
Practice
he's got to
like
do that.
play.
There you go. You almost had it.
There you go.
Ed, go ahead and tell us.
Practice
Tell us what
like
it is.
you
Ed.
play like you practice. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Anyway, God bless each and every one of you. We appreciate you coming on. This is our 4th episode of Beyond the Past.